The latest Switch eShop sale is massive, and today I have 15 games for you all under $10 or your regional equivalent, covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. We also then have a winner to announce for a $10 eShop gift card later in the video. And for your chance to win in next Thursday's video, we do this every single week, drop a comment down below. Now if you do find something to buy, or maybe it's just new to you, consider subscribing, it helps out the channel a huge amount. Trek to Yomi is a Devolver digital release, and we've got a few of those for you today, but it's available at a new low here, 60% off. Now this one, it's a samurai adventure game, and it's inspired by classic movies, particularly those of Akira Kurosawa, and it features a stunning black and white presentation. Now on the Switch, the lower resolution and reduced textures means it definitely loses some of its, well, I guess, wow factor. Nevertheless, I still enjoyed playing it as you journey through the afterlife to save those that you love after a raid on your home. It is especially unique in the way its gameplay. It combines free movement exploration, but then the combat it shifts to a 2D plane because it's all about really parrying and counters. Also, it's relatively short at right around 4 hours. You can find my full review in the pinned comments. The Falconeer Warrior Edition gets a 75% discount, a new low price. This aerial combat adventure game lets you pilot a warbird, offering extensive exploration, combat, and then tons of missions as you delve into the mystery of its oceanic world and its inhabitants. Got a video on the channel for this one, you'll find that in the link below, but overall the game impressed me with its fast and fluid combat, unique world and multiple characters. Perhaps most notably, the visuals have a unique, almost cel-shaded look. This is actually due to the absence of texture work, which sounds strange, but it actually pays off. Now this edition includes the base game along with the Hunter DLC and the Edge of the World DLC. This adds a new player class, a flyable dragon, additional weapons, new quests, and even new boss encounters. The Last Friend is what I'd call a hidden gem. Released a couple of years back with little fanfare, it hasn't seen too much coverage, but you can find my review in the pinned comments. It is a unique mix of beat-em-up action and tower defense that meshes well as you battle increasingly difficult enemies and boss encounters. The premise, the world has essentially fallen to pieces. Think a Mad Max vibe, but then there's also a sinister effort afoot. All of the world's dogs are going missing. Now you must set out to solve this mystery, and the game allows you to recruit these dogs into your forces. It's definitely a game that earns an instant thumbs up from me. Plus it features some seriously creative towers and equipment to utilize, and 75% off here is a new low price. Just a reminder that I'm 2 weeks out from relocating from the US California back to the UK London, so content's going to be on the lighter side. I'm doing my best to get some things out for the channel over that period, but that said, one thing I'm not struggling to do is previews over on GameCorner, so I'm going to be linking that channel down below. It's basically extended sessions, 1 or 2 hours with games covering all platforms. In the last week or so, I've had a full playthrough of Pepper Grinder on Switch, my first run on Ocho, learning the ropes of Inazuma 11, and just yesterday I checked out Buckshot Roulette on Steam. Head across if you haven't already. I'm really enjoying creating something that's just, instant reaction where I kind of just play and chat along the way, and once again, find it in the pinned comments. Next then, Boomerang X, and this might be a lesser known title from Devolver Digital, but it's up to their usual standard of quality. It is a first person game that centers around moving from arena to arena, confronting waves of enemies or creatures, and exploring that environment. However, the game's standout feature is its title, Boomerang, a weapon that gradually endows you with new abilities. Before long, you'll find yourself teleporting to your boomerang as just one of the examples of its different actions. This one, it's fast-paced, challenging, and the visual style is really unique. It is another hidden gem, it deserves more love, and it's currently 75% off a new low price. Now sadly, the studio behind this one closed down last year, but definitely check it out, my review is in the pinned comments. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax is a unique diversion from the main series, transforming it into a fighting game that features characters from both Persona 3 and 4. It is a surprisingly good use of the cast, and visually, I think the characters in the world are stunning. A word of caution, however, the game's story mode, it's an incredibly in-depth visual novel. Without prior experience with the series, specifically at least Persona 4, you are likely to be lost. Familiarity with Persona 3 could also be beneficial, but I wouldn't consider it, essential. I've linked my review below for more details, but the main point I want to make here is Even if the story doesn't appeal to you, the fighting mechanics are solid and worth the time for fans of the genre. 70% off then is a new low price. Lunark is a fantastic cinematic adventure game I've reviewed on the channel, you can find that down below. Now, fans of old school experiences think Flashback will definitely appreciate this one. In the game, you control Leo working with an organisation to collect items for research in a futuristic world. It is all about over-the-top weapons and alien locations. While its story is admittedly predictable, the exploration, combat, and the minor stealth kept me locked in. However, I must warn that this game might not appeal to everyone. It can be clunky, which is a characteristic of this genre. You need to basically adapt to the more intricate and long-winded character animations and really kind of learn to work alongside them. It's 50% off, a new low price. Wonderboy The Dragon's Trap gets a new low price, 70% off. Its quality, so I had to give it a shout out today. Here you've been cursed and set out on a quest to find the salamander cross to basically lift it. Now as you progress, the curse strengthens, transforming you into different animals. Each of these plays a role in your journey. You basically have to leverage their unique skill set. It features classic and new characters, 3 difficulty options, and then the ability to switch between modern graphics and the original 8-bit style, including the sound effects, which is a real nice touch. I really love what they did here. I think it's really how you kind of do a rebuild right. Floppy Knights is a game I still dive into, and it's now a new low price with 70% off, which I think is a steal. The game, funnily enough, initially annoyed me a bit because it was released out of the blue on the same day I published a best deck builder video for the Switch, which I will be linking below. Now, if I did redo that video, and I actually will be doing that soon, this game would definitely feature. I would say watch a fuller review first, but it essentially merges deck building with turn-based tactics, and it includes all of the DLC that's adding 24 new levels and 50 additional cards. A couple of games that I quickly want to mention, but I'm keeping quick as we did speak to them just a couple of weeks back now, are just 2 incredibly cheap bundles. First, the Quake and Quake 2 bundle. This sale ends soon and the price is crazy to me, 60% off, a new low price. These are not only classic first-person shooters, but incredible ports because they feature bonus content, motion controls, new levels, even different builds of the game. For example, Quake 2 includes a 64 build. I covered both, find the videos in the pinned comments. Then Saints Row, the big purple package, and this is immediately back on sale for 85% off. I've got a feeling we will be seeing this frequently, but you can't knock it. Saints Row 3 and 4 for this price, jump on it, they run great and look great on the system as well. And the third game's my personal favourite from these two. The fourth, for me, goes a little too over the top with aliens and superpowers. The Dark Pictures, A Little Hope gets a new low price, 50% off. This is the first time we've seen the game sub $10. This is the second entry in the series, and while the port work not quite as strong, mainly because it's a bigger world to explore where the atmosphere is very much built around fog, I still think it impresses. The concept here is we are stuck in a mysterious town, and essentially it's a cinematic horror adventure where you do your best to keep everyone alive. It's really controlling movement, exploring, and facing some minor quick-time events and puzzles, but I just really enjoy this series. The multiplayer is particularly impressive, where you can make decisions as a group or control specific characters and see how long you can survive. I recommend the series. Hopefully the third game drops on the Switch too, and my review for this entry is down below. Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom is a gem of a game, though I'll say up front it doesn't quite reach the heights of the original. The game, first one at least, was crafted with the involvement of Studio Ghibli, and while this sequel replicates the look, it lacks Ghibli's direct involvement. This is something I do miss. Additionally, it switches from turn-based combat to an action-focused approach, and as someone who prefers the old-school turn-based format, didn't quite enjoy this as much. Story-wise, we follow a young king on a quest to form a new kingdom to unite the world and save his people. Then it's getting a new low price with a monster 84% discount, so definitely worth a look. It even includes a cosmetic equipment pack, which, let's face it, no one really cares about, but as a positive, it also includes the expansions, and that adds actual gameplay, so that is always a win in my eyes. Our winner of the week then is McCrae, who highlighted Dragon's Dogma. The comment was from 2 weeks ago, as I actually missed the under $10 deals video last week due to the move, but yeah, drop me an email for the code. Just a heads up, however, my responses, they are a little slower than usual, currently just trying to balance everything. Congrats once again though, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance in next Thursday's video. Bleak Sword DX is our final game. It's another Devolver release. It's 33% off, a new low price. And with this one, do not let the visuals deceive you. It's an incredibly challenging Souls-like that is well worth the time. The concept, you're going to be battling through diorama locations against progressively challenging enemies. And this one, it actually started as an Apple Arcade release, but it was expanded upon for this release. And yeah, the combat's great, locations are unique, the story is surprisingly detailed, and there's a randomizer campaign that changes things up if you want to keep coming back. I also love the look of the game. It's particularly impressive on the Switch OLED. My review is down below, and I also did a preview too, so I'll link that video as well, as I did cover a few different things in each. And that is the video down. Will you be adding anything to the library this week? Let us know in the comments. With that, a shout out to the patrons and the channel members who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. Helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe, join us here for typically reviews, deals, news and lists daily. And yeah, I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.